Our client Mark was dealing with sellers who waited too long to act until foreclosure forced a real decision. In today's case study, you'll see how he helped a duplex owner in pre-foreclosure secure a solution and turned it into a 20K to 30K deal. Here's how it went.
So really good stuff. So of course, Mark, congratulations on one more deal with us. And actually, I know that you moved earlier today, another one under contract. So that's great, man. I'm really happy that you're kind of back on the game. And I see the campaign is doing very well. Everything is local, everything is in your area. Do you have any comments or any requests from us for us?
No, a little bit better lead quality recently. Yeah, just people that just a little bit more distress. I think Edwards was pre-foreclosure.
Right.
The other one I moved over, that one came in shit in July, so I've been kind of working him back and forth. I don't know. We'll see if we can move it, but yeah, the other leads that came in just a little bit, but just more distress, which is what we need.
That's good to hear.
Versus the people that list their house for 4 months and don't get an offer, and then they're freaking out, and it's like
But those are great opportunities, don't you think? I mean,
yeah, those are just
desperate,
yeah, that's like they're just longer nurture, right? Like at some point,
right?
whenever they're ready to make a decision. But yeah, that in my head, I get a freaking lead that somebody needs to sell. I'm freaking giving them an offer, and we're closing in 3 weeks, right? And those deals aren't always always there, but but yeah, I mean, people now are hopefully like, I like this time of year heading into the holidays where people are thinking about life, and they're like, shit, what do I need to do? So
Yeah,
they're making decisions, right?
yeah, for sure. All right, my brother. Well, good stuff. One more time, Mark, congratulations on making more deals. I'm truly happy about you're accomplishing. So let me ask you, Mark, can you give me a little bit more context about this seller's situation and the condition of the property? Talking about Edward Bills.
Edward, yeah, his is a duplex. He lives in one unit. Um, I think recently had to evict somebody because they weren't paying rent.
Oh,
And so he's in foreclosure. So he's not getting any income. So he can't afford uh, to pay for both units. And he doesn't want to deal with trying to get another tenant in there. So he's basically going to take his loss.
wow, the guy's underwater. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, he was kind of considering to file for bankruptcy.
He said he was. I don't know if he did that or not, but I think he was looking at some options. So
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well, I'm glad that you actually were the one to take that opportunity. So, what type of deal was that? It was an novation or a wholesale?
um, it'll probably be a wholesale. We got to find a buyer.
Gotcha. All right, nice.
I don't
Now,
know
was there anything that you go ahead?
I don't know if we'll be able to do an innovation on that one. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what kind of feedback
All
we
right,
get when we send it out.
but the original contract that he signed was for a wholesale deal.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, good stuff. Was there anything that you learned from this deal that you're planning to apply to future deals?
Um, Trying to think on this one. I mean, I guess just do what normally do, like run your math, run your numbers, provide an offer. He said he had a higher offer than mine. He said he had a lower offer than mine. I don't know if they're telling the truth or not, so I'm just sticking to my guns and run the numbers and the math and give him an offer, and then just follow up and
All right, that's
See
interesting.
what,
So,
you know, I don't know. I think
well,
half these people I visit with are just completely full of shit. So
yeah, they bluff you, tell you like, "Hey, I already had a higher offer like than yours."
awesome.
But I mean, in reality, if he ends up accepting yours, is because there was no any other higher, or maybe you did something different that they liked more than the other investor. What do you think it was the situation there?
Um, I don't know. I went out and saw him, so maybe I got a little bit better rapport with him, maybe than
All
another
right,
guy. Um,
that always works for sure.
yeah, if it's reasonable drive, I'll drive over there rather than try it on the phone.
Cool, cool. Glad to hear that. All right. Now, regarding your sales process with Edward, can you walk me through your sales process with the seller? What techniques or strategies do you use to build rapport and negotiate a deal?
I mean, just normally what we normally do, just run over some comps with them, show them our process,
A lot
or
of rapport?
yeah, just show them the comps in the area,
Mhm.
similar condition, what they're going to close for, what they did close for, and then back out, fees and commissions and say, hey, this seller walked with this amount similar to yours. We're going to be around that similar amount. Just kind of back up our offer, our numbers a little bit, but
Mhm.
nothing crazy ordinary. This one just make offers, and the more offers we make should turn into contracts, right?
That is absolutely right. Yeah. All right, good. Um, was that conversation entirely over the phone, or were you able to go to the property? I know that you like to go to the properties whenever you can.
Yeah, that one was at the property.
You went to the property. Nice. All right, good stuff. Now, Mark, you know, what is going to be your area ROI on this deal?
Good question. Not sure.
All right, so let's say like potentially speaking, if it was a wholesale and you found and you find the right buyer, how much would you calculate or project yourself to get out of it?
Uh, Probably 20 grand.
All right, good stuff. Now, if it was an ovation, how would that change your profit?
We might be able to get a little bit more,
Right?
maybe 30 grand, um, which might not be, you might end up doing that. Um, Also, we'll see once I send it out wholesale and see what kind of that's ultimately the way we kind of work is obviously I have a number in my head that I think would work, but it doesn't mean it's going to work for 10 other investors. But I'll get the deal in front of them, and then those guys will at least let me know where they would come in at. And so, if I send the deal out, we're trying to make 20 grand, nobody bites. And then it's like, all right, now I need to go back to the seller and renegotiate um, those numbers to see if we can get it. If we can get it, great. Then we get the deal and we'll assign it and move to closing. But um, I mean, just like anything, the market tells you what the house is going to sell for. These investors tell me what they're willing to pay,
Yeah.
what they can buy it for. So, um, yeah, there's some deals that I send out. I think there's one earlier on that was like 35 or 38. Send it to the first guy. He took it. Awesome. I know he's going to close. Other ones, I'm 10, 15, 20 grand too high. Right. It just depends.
Really?
Everybody's running their numbers different. So it just
Yeah,
depends.
for sure. All right, man, good stuff. Now, well, I know the deal is very recent. Probably you haven't even started like really working at it, but at to this point, have you encountered any challenges or maybe unexpected expenses out of that one?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Now, would you tell me about the metrics and the data that you use to evaluate the potential, profitability of that deal?
Um, Trying to think on this one. I mean, just the comps, just the recent solds that we saw. I'm still looking at some other off market ones that never hit the MLS to kind of see where those were bought at too. But yeah, nothing crazy.
Okay. All right, perfect. Now, mm, what do you think about our service? I know that we've had some hiccups, with the, lead quality and stuff like that, but we have polished that after getting your feedback. So, how are you feeling overall with Hesel Media?
I mean, it's like anything, it goes up and down, right? I would like a little bit more consistency. I would like a little bit more distressed leads. Leads, I guess, that actually want to sell, right? Whether, not just
More
get an
than
offer. I want them, like, they have to sell, whether it's in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Like, those are all good leads.
right.
Um, but yeah, just, I guess, more consistency. I don't know if that's increased budget. Um, we're, kind of like we're running PPC stuff. It's like, what's the sweet spot? Can you do $100 a day, or can you do 300? Like, when does the diminishing returns start, right?
Yeah.
So just
All right.
some kind of metrics to say, hey, Mark, you're getting, a lead a day. You're closing one out of every 10. What if we bumped it to, what if we got 2 leads a day, right? I don't know.
Right.
Something to kind of look at.
Okay. But well, you've been with Hessel for around 7 to 8 months or so, and so far you have 5 or 6 deals, which is a really, really good standing point, right? So overall, how does that make you feel about Hessel Media?
I'd like it to be more. We need to get,
Always, right?
2 to 3 a month,
All right.
would be the sweet spot, and then to kind of grow from there. Um,
Mhm.
that's what I would like to kind of see going forward.
Gotcha. Now,
So,
aside the leads, what do you think is your biggest opportunity to convert more and getting to those 2 or 3 a month?
um, probably go in with novations as well. Um, we've never really pitched that. I was never really comfortable, but I've been learning about that over the last 30 days, and I feel a little bit more comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
And just telling the seller what the process is, right? So,
Absolutely, man. That grows your business a lot. I mean, the fact that you have an additional exit strategy in your portfolio will give you, of course, more opportunities to convert more. So definitely, growing on that end, learning about the different exit strategies than the common ones, it's definitely a game changer for sure. So yeah, best of luck pitching novations. Novations is a great strategy, especially when people is asking like high top dollar prices. That's a really good one. Now, how do marketing strategies and coaching contribute to your success with this deal?
um, I mean, the biggest thing is just kind of learning, you know, what's working versus what's not. I mean, it seems like you and I talked, we jumped out of like the wholesaling stuff for like a year, and it's like you jump back into it and everything's changed. Um, but like the investor based stuff, um, um, things like that, just helping with buyers, those little things, those connections are like what helps us out the biggest, automation, CRMs, things like that, just to help
Yeah.
with time saving, activities, right? So
Oh, absolutely. How are you liking investor base so far?
it's been good. Um, Many people that pick up their damn phones, but
Right. Yeah, investor base is
but
really really helpful.
But yeah, I mean, we can get their emails and phone numbers, at least, you know, get a deal in front of them somehow. And then, you know, obviously if it catches their eye, they're going to reach out. But
Yes.
yeah, everybody's talking about it. So
Cool. Now, would you recommend our services to other real estate entrepreneurs?
I think I have already.
Not that I remember on top of my head, but maybe we can talk about that in a little bit for sure. But like generally speaking, would you recommend our services to, to some other real estate investors?
Yeah.
All right, great, great, Mark. Um, do you think you're doing anything different to other investors that is giving you results?
Good question. Not sure.
Well, I would say definitely Rapport and the fact that you are able to connect with people in a very organic way, like not pretending that you're trying to connect, but actually connecting with people, sharing commonalities and having a nice conversation with them. Definitely, I think it's a big differentiator. And also the fact that you like to go to properties, I think it's also a big differentiator because, of course, the perception of people when you are in person shaking their hands makes a huge difference than, talking to someone over the phone all the time, trying to get to a common number, right? So I think those details are really, really game changer for you.
Yeah, I think it helps too. I mean, going out and meeting people, and then, you know, obviously when somebody fills out a form online, they're just getting bombarded with phone calls and texts and stuff. And then, you know,
Yeah.
I think there was a guy I was talking to last week, and he's like, "You're not from around here, are you?" And I was like, "You're in Boulder. I'm in Arvada. I'm literally 20 minutes from you." And he's like, "Oh, you know, they're just people are just in general very guarded." So I think the local thing, in person thing, probably has a little bit of edge on it.
Oh
So
yeah, absolutely. All right. Now, what piece of advice would you give to other real estate investors that are just making their first moves?
hmm, I don't know. I would say when you make an offer, make sure you follow through with it instead of all these guys backing out and
Oh yeah,
giving our industry kind of a bad name, because it seems like 50% of the people I talked to had a bad experience, or another investor an issue. Um, so yeah, just follow through. But again, it's out of my control. But you know,
right.
don't just try to get it under
All
contract.
right,
Try to get contract, make a real number and a real offer.
for sure. And presenting solutions rather than just global offers, right? That makes a difference for sure when you're trying to kind of help them. Instead of, hey, you know what? I just want to take your home. So that's also a big differentiator. Now, not last, but I know, or I do understand because I listened to one phone call as well with Kenia Arthur. I know that you're kind of negotiating with her as well. But besides that one, um, is there any other potential deals that you're working on right now in your pipeline?
Uh yes, there's one with Lisa. It's a condo. That's a foreclosure as well.
Hmm.
Uh it's tight. I don't know. I'm kind of sending that one out too. Um, just to kind of see where guys would be. So um yeah, she owes too much on it, but we can get it. The problem is I don't know if I can wholesale it.
Oh,
But
then
I'll
there you go, your innovation pitch.
well, she doesn't want to list it on the market because she doesn't want to alert her family members.
Oh, wow. All
So
right.
it might be a tough one.
Gotcha. And what about Kenya? The one that in Syracuse Street, is she still in the works?
So I went out there, met her, sent her an offer, and
Yeah.
she was like ready to sign. And then she said her dad was having it's her dad's house. Um, and she was like, "Yeah, my dad's having a hard time letting it go." I'm trying to convince them. So we're just kind of going back and forth. I just reached out to her this morning. So I think we'll get it, but it might take a little bit. She's not the power of attorney or anything, so she can't sign. So I believe she already took him back to Tennessee with her. So maybe that'll help. But yeah, I thought we had that one, and then it might take a little bit longer to tie up, but it's a good deal.
Nice. Well, definitely. Yeah, it sounds like it's worth to keep pushing there. All right. Well, good stuff. I noticed that you can have at the moment like 2 or 3 deals in the works. So let's go for it. Especially in this season is really good that you're making, good moves. So that you can start solid 2026. All right, Mark. So this property from Edward, that one was in Denver, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right, great. You said this property was listed before, correct? But not at the moment you received the lead.
No, that one wasn't listed. No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, how much was the asking price of Edward?
I don't know if we really had an asking price. I just offered him 535.
535. All right. And you said that potentially the revenue could be 20K for a wholesale deal, or if you happen to change it to an ovation, it could go up to 30K.
Yeah.
Around that, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Now, well, the motivation, it's pretty clear, right? Foreclosure, he was really underwater, so you came in as the savior pretty much.
Hopefully, as long as we find a buyer.
Yeah, you will. Investor base, brother. How difficult would you say was closing this deal or was getting him under contract?
Too bad. I don't know, 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest. 5, 6 maybe.
All right. And when are you projecting to have it closed? What's the closing date?
That one is scheduled for December 15th.
Okay. Nice, Mark. Again, Mark, congratulations or being kind of back on track with our leads. And of course, I wish you the best with those other that you're kind of having the works. Please keep me posted whatever you need, and I think we can call it a day, my brother.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Hopefully we can get these through the finish line.
You got it. You will. Mark, thanks very much for your time. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, let's stay in touch. Talk to you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Daniel.
No problem, Mark. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks, bro. Bye.
Ready for inbound leads that turn into real contracts? Hesel Media helps investors close motivated sellers at scale. Book your free strategy call.